Hello, this is Ryan Miller, the founder of ParentDome.com, where we speak primarily about keeping kids safe in a digitally immersed life. We can be found at www.parentdome.com. It's an educational platform dealing with multiple modules and lessons on how to keep your kids safe in a digital world. I also broadcast live on periscope.tv/parent_dome, and I participate in other social media platforms such as blab.im, and I have a weekly broadcast on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. on nissancommunications.com. What I want to do in this broadcast is I want to share some data that is subsequent to research that was conducted by the National Cybersecurity Alliance. This research was conducted in November of 2015, and the title of the research is Behind Our Digital Doors, Cybersecurity and the Connected Home. I wanted to read through this directly word for word so there is no misinterpretation of the data, and this data is going to remain in this podcast in my archives as evidence along with a copy of the PDF of this report. It begins with the executive summary. It reads as follows. In support of National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, October of 2015, ESET and National Cybersecurity Alliance, NCSA, commissioned a survey to better understand the role of cybersecurity in the American household, providing an inside look into how it is adapting in the digital era of the data breach. Given the simultaneous rise in the number of connected devices and cyber threats, this survey underlined the importance of cybersecurity as a core commitment in our digital lives. The findings illuminated a knowledge confidence gap with the range of implications for online safety practices, cultures, and concerns in the American home. Broadly, the study revealed that Americans are leaving their digital doors unsecured while connected kids and devices are changing parenting techniques, prompting new rules and concerns. Despite of the fact that 1 in 5 Americans' homes received a data breach notification last year, and more than 50% of those received multiple notifications, 79% still feel safe in their connected homes, with almost half, 49%, showing a remarkably strong sense of confidence. The study also found that more than 40% failed to properly secure their wireless routers, the gateway to most digital devices, by not resetting the factory set default passwords. Similarly, parents are becoming more engaged in securing their family's digital assets. 3/4, 75% of American parents have had a cyber ed talk with their kids, and 90% have made at least one rule about using the internet and connected devices. This evolution of parenting is a positive indicator that cybersecurity is becoming an in-house norm. However, looking closely at the wide range of rules set by parents, many omitted significant protections for password, privacy, piracy, and basic etiquette. Yet more than 61% of the parents showed a surprisingly high level of confidence with their child's online activities and their abilities to use the internet and devices safely and securely. The study showed that Americans are making significant strides in managing their own lives, but the sheer number of new connected devices have changed what it means to keep our digital lives and homes cyber secure. This always-on, always-connected world requires a new proactive attitude that will allow us to enjoy the benefits of the internet with the greatest confidence. Appointing the most digitally literate member of the household to make the safety and security of these devices and the way family members use the internet a regular priority can make this a reality. This approach advocates for an online security officer in every home, someone who spends time thinking about all the digital components in the household, assesses what security systems need fixing or upgrading, and determines an action plan in case of an incident and makes cybersecurity discussions a regular part of conversation. So that was the executive summary. I will leave my commentary to the side, as that can be found through my numerous broadcasts on Periscope, in addition to the lessons that I provide in ParentDome.com. Now we get into the themes and supporting points. Bullet number 1, a knowledge confidence gap. It reads, despite recent data breaches and hacker headlines, American homes feel secure from cyber attacks. When asked how confident they are that their home network and the internet-connected devices in the home are secure, 79% responded that they felt confidently safe. On a scale of 1 to 5, 49% felt strongly and very confident. 30% felt confident. American households need to better secure their digital doors. The wireless routers represent a major digital entry point for cyber attacks. 2 in 5 households, more than 40%, did not change the factory set default passwords on their wireless routers. Close to 60% did not. 48% are or are not sure, and 8% if they changed their router username or password in the last year. 60% set up their wireless routers on their own. Banks and retail establishments are not the only ones affected by data breaches. Americans are feeling them at home too. 1 in 5 American households have received notification that their information has been lost in a data breach. Of those affected, 56 have received multiple notifications being data breach victims. 1 in 5 households have received notification from a child's or children's school that their child's information has been lost in a data breach. 53.8% of those surveyed experienced some kind of negative online security scenario, direct involvement, indirect involvement, a passive story following, etc. in the last 12 months. Among those affected, 43% changed their online behavior as a result. Most common actions were increased alertness during internet browsing and password changes. In homes across America, identity theft is a major safety and security concern online. Which of the following safety and security concerns do you have about using the internet? Becoming a victim of identity theft, 58%. Financial information such as a credit card number or banking information will be stolen, 46%. My social security number being stolen at 43%. Someone will access my personal information such as my home address, cell phone number might be stolen. That's around 20%. One of the devices will be hacked and I will no longer be able to use it, 16%. Someone will use information posted about me to commit physical harm, such as knowing I'm away for vacation and breaking into my home, 8%. My personal medical information, 9%. Someone will post something untrue about me that I cannot fix, 8%. Someone will post an embarrassing or unwanted picture of my kids, 3%. Bullet point number 2. Rapidly increasing and expanding connectivity. Today's households are more connected than ever, and the number of connected devices is growing at a considerable pace. 60% of those surveyed have between 1 and 5 devices at home connected to the internet, while 30% have 6 or more devices. 5% of households have 11 or more devices. Only 3% of survey respondents have no devices connected to the internet. 30% of those surveyed today have 2 or 3 more internet-connected devices at home than last year. Americans are connecting more things. PCs and laptops are expectedly on the top of the list at 67 to 75% respectively. Mobiles come next. Tablets, 53%, smartphones, 65%. TVs and TV set-top boxes are a close third with a combined 54%, with video gaming at 38%. Remote access to the home is a growing trend, with more than 1 in 5 households using a mobile device or any kind of app to remotely access or control any device in the home. For example, the front door lock, a video camera, appliance, a thermostat, or etc. From homework and healthcare to banking, interacting with friends, or storing family keepsakes, the internet is an essential enabling tool in the American home. Top online activities in American households are banking and finances, banking at 66%, taxes at 30%. Entertainment, music streaming, 39%. Social networks, 74%. Gaming, 43%. Streaming TV or movies, 45%. Shopping and e-commerce, travel, 31%. Shopping, 61%. Selling merchandise, 20%. Storing personal information such as videos or photos, 38%, and music is at 36%. Fitness and health, 16%, and work and homework is 21% and work is 28%. Bullet point number 3, an evolution in digital parenting. Beyond the birds and bees, American parents are now having a new kind of talk with their kids, calling it cyber ed. 75% have had a conversation with children in the home about using the internet safely and securely. It's an ongoing conversation, too. Parents are proving once is not enough by 81% having 2 or more talks in the past 12 months. 18% annually, 31% monthly, 17% weekly, 33% sporadically. Cyberbullying or harassment is the top concern for parents, 41%, followed by viewing pornography at 38%, contact by strangers 38%, and viewing objectionable or age-inappropriate content at 37%. American parents seem to be very confident that their children are protected from online dangers. Almost 60% are confident that they know everything their kids are doing online, of which 35% are very confident. 64% are confident with what their kids' online activities, of which 36 are very confident. 61% are confident that their kids can use internet and devices safely and securely, of which 34% are very confident. Parents need to set better cyber safety rules for their connected kids. Only 41% require permission before downloading a new app, game, or joining a social network. Only 40% don't allow password sharing with friends. Only 34% require that children provide all passwords to online accounts. Only 23% have a device-free dinner time rule. Only 25% have rules about allowing devices in the bedroom after a certain time. Only 30% limit the kind of personal information allowed for posting on social networks. Only 31% ban downloading pirated content from the internet, such as illegal games, movies, or songs. Only 40% limit screen time use per day. Only 37% limit hours during the day the device can be used. 10% have no rules at all. When cyber rules are broken, digital timeouts are the most common consequence. Take away devices for a period of time, 63%. Put stricter time limits on the use of device, 12%. Limit device use to specific things, doing homework or other productive work, 14%. Don't have consequences related to tech usage for violating tech rules, 6%. Have tried making rules and enforcing them, but this is not an effective strategy, 2%. Bullet point number 4, cybersecurity education. Parents are grading schools in cybersecurity education, but schools are yet to excel. Only 61% are very or extremely confident that their child's or children's personal information generated and collected at the school is being protected. 83% believes it's either important or very important that their child graduate from high school with the right skills to use technology safely, securely, ethically, and productively. Only 54% say their child or children has ever received any instruction in school about the safe, secure, or ethical use of technology, leaving almost half uninformed. Only 22% have received any information about or had their child or children mention participation in a cyber challenge or cyber competition. 16% have been notified of a data breach at school. What Americans learn about online safety. Most households get their online safety information through word of mouth from family and friends at 67%, and 54% find this information very or extremely valuable. Despite breaking news and hacker headlines, only 12% get their information about keeping families safe online from the media. Bullet point number 5, at home with IoT, that is, Internet of Things. We are on the cusp of the Internet of Things, but the jury is split on the safety and security of IoT products. American households share roughly the same negative and positive feelings towards IoT security, and 25% saying they are confident or very confident that IoT is safe and secure, and 27% saying they are not confident or lack confidence. That leaves 40% of American households who are undecided and a huge opportunity for the IoT industry. Remote access to the home is a growing trend. More than 1 in 5 households use a mobile device or any kind of app to remotely access or control any devices in the home, i.e., front door lock, video camera, appliance, or thermostat. The connected car is fast approaching, but Americans have legitimate concerns. 13% already own an internet-enabled vehicle, but an even larger number, 24%, are very or extremely concerned of a car hack. Americans are connecting more things. PCs and laptops are expectedly on the top of the list at 67 to 75%. Mobiles come next, tablets 53%, smartphones 65%. TVs and TV set-top boxes are close third with a combined 54%, and gaming at 38%. Bullet point number 6, cyber smart shopping. Shoppers are abandoning their carts due to security and privacy concerns. 33%, or 1 in 3 of those surveyed at one point, abandoned a purchase on a website or through a mobile device because of security and or privacy concerns. Young people are more willing to pull the plug on a purchase due to security concerns than the older ones. 45% answered yes in the 18 to 24 age group versus 35% in the 35 to 54 age group, and only 24% in the 55 to 69 age group. The most common reason for abandoning a purchase was that too much information was being asked, and 50% of the respondents said. Other concerns included: couldn't determine if my information was being handled securely, 38%. Wasn't sure how the information would be used after my purchase, 28%. Couldn't easily find the company's policies on handling personal information, 15%, and just didn't feel confident in the transaction, 46%. For many, abandoning a purchase due to security concerns is a recurring theme. 44% of those who abandoned a purchase did it 2 to 4 times in the last year. Tech gifts top the list. Tech gifts will be the top of the shopping list during holidays. 2 out of 5, 30%, plan on buying a technology gift this season. 40% may consider. Sticking to the familiar. Consumers like to stick to large, well-known brands when shopping online. The fact that it represents a well-known brand is by far the most common reason for trusting a particular site during an online shopping at 48%. The distant second popular reason for trusting a particular site, 29%, is when it allows the users the use of alternate payments. Young people like to select brands where they have also shopped at their physical stores. 42% of those surveyed in the 18 to 24 age group chose this reason, which is considerably higher than any other age group. Only 26% of respondents in the 35 to 54 age group chose the same reason. Who's keeping the new gifts safe from the hackers? Who will be responsible for managing security settings after they receive a tech gift? I will, 74%. My child or parent will, 14%. I will probably trust the built-in security settings, 13%. And then the home office, bullet point number 7. The internet continues to connect our personal professional lives even as the BYOD trend declines. Bring your own device. A combined 51% of respondents connect to work from home, 30% are bringing work devices home and connecting to a home network. The methodology for this survey was Zogby Analytics was commissioned by ESET and NCSA to conduct an online survey of 1,433 adults in the U.S. in September 2015. Using trusted interactive partner resources, thousands of adults were invited to participate in this interactive survey. Each invitation is password coded and secured that one respondent can only access the survey one time. Based on a confidence interval of 94%, the margin of error for 1,433 is plus or minus 2.6 percentage points. That means that all other things being equal, the identical survey repeated will have results with the margin of error 95 times out of 100. I wanted to bring this to you as it was delivered through the National Cybersecurity Alliance in cooperation with StaySafeOnline.org. I have multiple thoughts relative to the findings of that survey, and there is contradictory information that is revealed when we look at those numbers and the framework of the questions. I am uncertain. But inside the curriculum within ParentDome.com, I talk to each of these bullet points and provide an additional level of understanding and context to what it means to stay safe online. And one thing that was completely missing through this survey examination was the basis in which a parent would be able to determine their child was safe on the internet. I am sure this was dealing with multiple demographics and age groups, but there was no way to quantify what were the steps other than a conversation, no context of conversation. We learned about what the percentage of people that use the default settings on the router. But to my message at ParentDome.com, I deal with 3 bullet points. awareness, oversight, and controls. The first thing that was missing through this examination was parental awareness in the reality and the risks and dangers of an internet-connected life. So it's a very limited revelation on what awareness looks like. Oversight was not even addressed. There was no mention, discussion, maybe in the framework of the questions, but absent of oversight, there is no basis in which a parent could make a statement that they could be competent in their child's online activities. There is no evidence or history to substantiate their children being safe on the internet, absent of seeing how their children participate on the internet. Such a statement is irrelevant because it is all an emotional statement that is lacking any evidence or history or investigation or verification. So when I talk about awareness, I talk about oversight, and the third piece is the controls, that this survey validated that parents aren't aware of the need for controls. So I just wanted to put this in an audio format to bring some additional statistical evidence and research that supports the mission at ParentDome.com in the challenge in keeping kids safe on the internet, and that there is a responsibility with the educators to have the conversation and make children aware of the permanence and the risks and dangers. And this survey also mentioned ethic, and there is no ethic for a social media experience. There are no ethical guidelines for how one conducts themselves. That is based upon one's own interpretation of a personal ethic. I wanted to bring this to a conclusion, that I just wanted to make this information available and to reconcile this based upon the data, tools, and resources that are available inside ParentDome.com. This is Ryan Miller. You can find me at ParentDome.com. I broadcast live several times a day at periscope.tv/parent_dome. Also participate on blab.im, hosting interactive discussions on child internet safety. And I also have a weekly radio show Friday evenings at 8 p.m. on NissanCommunications.com. Thank you.